Trying to get this Venice video out to you. Had an opportunity to go to Venice in August 28th last year, 2023, and certainly a beautiful city, great opportunity to go. Hope, trust, and pray that you like it. And let's see, can we get started? We're having a little difficulty trying to get it to you, but I just believe that we're going to keep trying until we get it done. It says that it is August the 28th, 2023. This bridge is a bridge that you have to walk across. Now, once you come what I would call the mainland, there's about a 5-mile stretch of water that you go across, and then you enter into your pier. You can also and then bridge into the city of Venice. And once you do that, then you are exposed to all of that water and all of the different buildings, beautiful Gothic buildings, Renaissance buildings, architectural buildings, churches, and different communities. It's just a lot to see there in that little area of Venice. Venice is the capital of the northern Italy, Veneto region. It is built upon about 100 small islands. One says 118 small islands, and it also has the Adriatic Sea that the canal opens up into. You can also ship in from Italy, even from Rome. You can come up the Adriatic Sea and go right into Venice. Just a beautiful place. It had all types of different communities there, which is something that I did not know, that there was a whole lot of communities there. People actually live there. They live there and they commute basically on in taxis, boats that they move them from one community to another. Beautiful place. It said it was founded in about 5th century. Now, do you know how old that is? And what's so amazing is that those buildings are still there, built that long ago, but they are still there. What a magnificent structure, magnificent place to visit. These are the different, or some of the different communities. Castello, and then the main one is San Marco, San Polo. These are the major cities, and look at that little backward S. That's the Grand Canal. Little backward S. It just snaking through Venice, and you can see it on both sides. Venice, as far as the city is concerned, and then it opens up into where you see the word Venice. It opens up into the Adriatic Sea. And that all along that canal, they have different docks where you can get off the boat, get back on, get off the boat, get back on, all along. This is another map. It's just so much. And see, you can explore, you can get off, and you can go to this particular community, and you can go into this church, into that particular neighborhood or what have you. This is another picture of that particular bridge that you just walking across. You have gotten off of the bus, the car, or whatever you transported over to. Once you get there, then you get out of it at that particular park, and then you walk across that particular bridge to go into Venice. Why? Because there is no cars or roads or anything for any type of transportation. Everything is done on the water. This is a road that I was talking about. It's about 5 miles, and it may not be 5 miles on this particular road, but from our hotel, it was 5 miles going from our hotel to where we was going in Venice. But this is the road that you go, and you can see the different electrical lines up where the train will go on or what have you. But it's there, you get off, and then you walk across. This is a bridge. It is the famous bridge Venice. It's a landmark bridge in Venice. It says that it has an arch of about 24 feet, and it was built upon approximately 12,000 wood pilings. And it also gave me something saying that it was built more than 400 years. Now, these wood pilings has been there holding up this bridge for more than some 400 years. That's amazing. Wood pilings, architect, someone designed this thing, and you can see it's enclosed also. It is a beautiful, beautiful structure. And I have other pictures of it. These are two different pictures of it. And anything that's on that water, you're going to eventually go under that particular bridge. Just a magnificent bridge, 24 feet arch. This is at it says that it is in the city or in the community of San Poma. Now, this is just one of the communities, but as you go on down, you're going to see other churches that are on in other communities. But you can go get on these taxis, and you can go, and then you can get off at any destination that you wish to get off. If you want to look up there and see the San Toma, you just get off right there. You want to go and get off at that particular bridge, you just get off, and then you get back on, and you just ride again. It was named after San Tommaso Apostolo, and whoever he was, this particular church is named after this particular guy. The San Stat, this is another church, but now look at this location. It's in Santa Claus. This is another different community than San Pomo, but it's all along that Grand Canal, and you can get off this place. And the church began in this particular in the 11th century, and then it was in the 17th century. It is old. The things that you're seeing when you get there, pretty much throughout all Europe now, not just, in Venice. But I was so amazed with all of the different buildings and how old they are. In fact, with all of the walls, two different walls, World War I and World War II was fought in Europe. And yet you see all of these buildings so old, still standing there. It is just amazing. This is the taxi that Sister Claire is sitting on. She's sitting on one of the water taxis, and we just kept going, up and down this particular river. And it was so amazing to look on both sides and to see all of these buildings, these Renaissance buildings, these magnificent structures that was architected by famous people that had a part in the architecture of these famous buildings. Now look at this is the taxi, and see the book and get off. Just a beautiful, beautiful place. Next, this is the Tomia Emmanuel. Now, this is kind of puzzling to me because I have on my computer, when I got to Rome, I took a picture of this the Tolio Emmanuel monument, and it is magnificent. In the next city, you're going to see it because it is magnificent. But in fact, you see it now. Let me see. Let me see. Can I show it to you? Let's see. Can I show it to you? Maybe I can, and maybe I can't. You can see it in the background there. That's it right there. Now I'm going to try to, you may get a glimpse of it. Well, you still can't see it. Let's see. No, I can't show it to you. But you're going to see it when we get to the next city, which is Rome. And whether is the same as the person that the monument in Rome is designated to. And that I don't know. I don't know. So we have to, you saw a little bit of it there. But one thing, history from that is that this particular guy, his father was the king of Italy. And so he, I guess, after his father passed, I'm talking about the son. Now, I don't know whether this structure is dedicated to him or not. That's where my confusion come in. But the history of it is that the father, Ewell, was the king. And then after he passed, then the son wanted to be the king. And whether this structure is dedicated to him, whether it's dedicated to his father, I have no idea. But it's still interesting. And then when you get to Rome, you're going to see a beautiful monument that is dedicated to either he or his father. San Marco is one of those communities. In fact, it is the major, it is the main community that is in these different places, really, because we didn't know. We were just riding, and so we didn't know to get off or do anything like that. The Basilica of Santa Maria, we are still on the taxi, and we are going down the Grand Canal, and you are seeing all of these different beautiful structures, architectural buildings, Gothic buildings on both sides of the Grand Canal. So you don't really have walking if you don't want to. You just ride, and you're seeing all of these. This is one of the boats going up and down. Now, this particular boat must be a kind of famous boat because there is a lot of those particular boats. But you also see the Gotlia. That's that thing that has the guy standing on the back of it. I also saw a lady standing on the back, and then you had the people sitting down and inside of it. And then you have just the regular boats. Now, this is the Grand Canal, the main thoroughfare of Venice, and it is 2 miles long. It's 2 miles long. And then it also says that 120 or 225 feet. So you have a narrow section of about 100 feet, about 225 feet. You have the gondolas that's going down there. You have the taxis that is on the water. You have commercial vessels that is on the water as far as construction or industrial vessels that's bringing in different commodities or what have you. But all of those vessels are limited. They are limited as far as how fast they could go and the number of vessels at any one time that is on the Grand Canal. And that's because they don't want all of those waves. Look at this. I mean, look at this. The water is right up against the buildings. And then in between those buildings, all those buildings is not connected. In between those buildings, you have little small canals that's running down through there, going to, I'm pretty sure people have you. But it is amazing. It's amazing feat. And you really have to go there in order to see it, because you have to be able to go for yourself. Now, my prayer is that certainly you just have an opportunity to go and see it for yourself. No matter how you go. Now we started in London, and we just kept on going from place to place, you know. But you can fly directly from Jacksonville and get your ticket and say, I'm going to go to Venice, and you can go straight on there, you know. So it's however you get there. Look at all of this water, and look at all of the different buildings that you're seeing all along the water. This is me taking a selfie. Sister Claire, no doubt, was in one of these stores shopping or something, and I'm standing out here just taking it in while I was standing out here waiting on her. There are all kinds of stores. Anything right there in Venice, right in Venice, standing on the sidewalk. Look how wide the sidewalks are. Just a lot of space where you can walk, and so many people walking and having a great time. Beautiful picture. And then look above now, and you see that that look like a little dock area. That is a construction dock. That's a construction dock that has the construction crew on it. So maybe they are working on one of the buildings or what have you. Everything is done on the water because there is no other way to get to where you are. Now we are on one of the taxis, and then there's another one that's going the opposite direction. And these taxis, I don't know how many there are, but they are constantly going, constantly moving. And so if I got off, say, San Marco, and then I wanted to get back on, go to San Polo, then I just get the other way. Because even way or you're going the other way, so you don't have to worry about getting so lost. This is a picture, and you can see all of the different boats that is running up and down the Grand Canal. Look at this smaller boat. Now you can see evidently it's raining a little bit. They didn't care. We didn't care. You know, we was out there. It wasn't a lot of rain. It wasn't so heavy that it was like a storm, you know, but you did need your umbrella, what have you. Now on the taxis, you can be on the inside. So you had a kind of like a roof over your head. Didn't have to worry so much about that. But even in that sense, you know, you still need to be kind of covered up a little bit. Just look at the buildings. And this is all alone. These are 2 miles, but nothing but buildings, all types of building, a gondola. Yeah, just going down. And then these people here also have their umbrella or what have you, going up under the bridge and what have you. They just having a great time. All of this water just going down the river, and how long all of that has been there. It is so amazing, uh, so beautiful to look at. This is, you can see a closer picture of this barge now, and evidently they are working on one of the buildings or what have you. But it is so amazing. You see, now this is, if you look to the left picture, you see another canal going down between the buildings, and that's all along this canal. You can see it again, another canal, a small canal going down between the buildings. And this is how people would get to their communities. They could get off and they can walk from a taxi, or if they had their own, transportation, their own boat or what have you, they can just go down through that particular little canal. And I'm pretty sure back in there they could dock or what have you. Now we're in the Adriatic. We're in the Adriatic Sea now. We have just opened up that sea. It's going to take across. Know what to expect. I really didn't know what to expect of the Grand Canal and then turn around. No, it did not. It took us all the way across, and you could really see a lot of the city. Beautiful. St. Mark's Square, the Dog's Palace. I'll tell you a little bit more about that on down in, but you can see both of those when you get there. This is uh, St. Mark's Square. This is in St. Marco. We didn't get off to go into there, but you could get off. You can go in there, and this is the number one community, or the number one place in Venice. The number one place in Venice, and it is some type of beautiful. This is seeing it from where we are. We are on the boat, on the taxi, and you can see it from that location also. Again, the Dog Palace, you're going to see some of that. It's his palace is where the stayed. It is a political building. It housed the political body of state, including the Grand Council and the Council of 10. It's a lavish complex. There is law courts, administrative offices, courtyards, grand stairways, ballrooms, as well as a prison that was in the bottom of the thing. I mean, it is so beautiful and so magnificent. Different buildings, just looking at it and walking now. This is another bridge. Remember that uh, bridge that we went across that was covered up? This is another bridge here that is going across. Remember, I told you that the Grand Canal, the distance across from 100 feet to 225 feet. Evidently, this would be in the area of the 100 feet span, where you can just walk across uh, one of these bridges and go across. Look at where it can dock. There are boats do all kinds of things in here. There's another gondola that is riding along the water. Just so much, and you can't say too much other stuff because it's just water. Now look at this gondola. It's going kind of right down the center of it. And then you have this big taxi or commercial vessel that is going right beside it. And then we're going, look like in the same direction of the gondola. But it's just everybody is moving, going where they're going. Another gondola, another little boat right beside the gondola, just going where they're going, and everybody's respecting the traffic of each other, and they just know how to, maneuver along that particular area. This is another church that is along the area, and you can see so much. Now in the Adriatic, I took a picture of Sister Claire, the backdrop of one of these places here, but we are now in water space. It's kind of like being out in the ocean, and National History Museum with that banner that's on it. And all of these places, just get off, go see it, and then jump back on, and then come back again. This is the end. Hope I got through it. Hope that my internet didn't keep going off and on. So when I look at it again, and I won't be disappointed with it and be able to show it, have to go and do it again. But hopefully I got through it all well and done. But this is Venice. The next one is going to be the trip going across country, going to Rome. Rome is another beautiful place, and I'm so excited to be able to see Rome. There is so much to see in the city of Rome. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do Rome, but I'm going to try my best. That you enjoyed it. May God continue to bless you and be with you.